there, patron supporters. How are you all doing today? I see that someone is missing. Lots of new people here, though. Hey there, Green. How are you doing? You having a good one today? You doing well? Did you know that Blood Elf left? I noticed that someone was gone. Do you know where he went? I believe he wanted to find a place to sail. Oh, bless his Viking soul. DW Dev, Zepho, Dick, I see that you all made it, and I see that you're here as well, you little robot menace. I am a robot, I don't want to lie. Okay, you little meme mechanical. DW Dev, how are you doing? This place is cavey. Yeah, I suppose it is. You've hit the nail on the head with that one. If I start cooking down here, I'll use up all the oxygen. Zepho09, you're not wrong. I don't know where we're supposed to get fresh air from, and I'm starting to feel a bit lightheaded. Hey, Dake Tora, how are you? Pretty dark down here. Well, look, if you're all going to complain, you can go back to the sunny overworld. Actually, the mining dimension was nice, now that I think about it. We should all just move there. To heck with this life. Lucky Lou, how you doing? Good work saving this lot? Interesting. If I find locate the others, I'll let you know. Is that tree speak? Are you a Toa? Look, they talk like that. If I find locate the others, I'll let you know. Thank you, Liwa. Haley, how are you doing? Have you seen Chalupa? I haven't seen Chalupa. If I see Chalupa, though, I'll send them your way. All right, well, it's great to see all of you. Nice to see you're all getting into the new space, and I hope you expand and make yourself some houses or something, like Green and Haley here have done. I've got to go record an episode, though. So, I'll see you all around. Stop staring at me. It makes me uncomfortable. Howdy, folks! How are you? Oh, gosh, that was terrifying. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees. Welcome back to another... I didn't expect that. Oh, my goodness gracious. Welcome back to another episode of StoneBlock, where today my home has been invaded once again by these guys who just spawn wherever they want to and do whatever they want to. They have no respect for me or anyone else. At least we got an involved Enderman head and a regular head. Was that a two-headed Enderman? I didn't even notice. It might have been. We're going to hold on to that sword just in case anything else like that happens. Today, well, I've gone through a lot of comments. I got a lot of comments on the last few episodes that I recorded when I was very ill. I got a lot of really solid recommendations, lots of great tips. Someone requested, though, that I show them how to store energy. And so I hopped onto my Discord and I asked, hey, what do you folks recommend? Someone recommended that I use not sword, but we use something called the Flux, I think it is Network, which is a pretty cool mod that lets you set up wireless energy, which is very, very nifty. I'm pretty sure I use this. I can't be positive, but I think, well, I could be. I could just go look it up. But I'm pretty sure this is what we used in Five Head Island to create wireless energy. From what I remember, you need a controller hooked up to a storage device. And then you have plugs and points to ingest and export energy, if you will. I think that's how this works. Maybe. It's a pretty cool mod, though. And I can recommend it. It's great. The problem is it requires an awful lot of redstone. See this flux? You get it by cooking up redstone. You see these flux blocks? It's a lot of redstone. These cores, it's more redstone. All in all, to create the controller, the storage, and some points and plugs, we'd need I did the math on this, over 100 redstone. And if we take a look inside of our crafting grid here, we do have 108, but I don't want to burn through all of our redstone to do that. Especially since I've decided to go back into the questing book and work towards some of the things the questing book has been asking us to do. Like, I mean, yes, we could go to the mining dimension and just set up a quarry. I plan on doing that in the near future. But also, autosave is something we should probably build. Am I right? Can we all agree that that's a thing I should do? Useful? Yes, but more importantly, it's on my to-do list. And I'm planning on completing every single thing in this book, even if it means going through and doing AE, a mod that I haven't touched in eons. Even if it means going through and creating the lower tier storage disks, though I probably won't do that on camera because who wants to watch me make these when we already have just a bunch of 64K drives, courtesy of all the ones we've been getting out of the monster spawner masher. Like, I have no need to make lower tier ones. Instead, what I'm getting at is we're going to do a different type of storage. So if we look up battery, which is what I did. There's other options. We could probably look up bats, maybe bat box. That's a thing if you want to use this particular type of energy. We're not dealing with EU, though. I'm not sure if there's any sort of conversion in this mod pack. Haven't looked it up yet. We're dealing with flux. For that, I've just looked up battery. EU is sort of like the AC energy of the mod pack. And this is the RF. And you don't want to mix the two up. One's alternating, one's direct. You can transform them. We're not touching on that today. Going through the list here, there's a ton of different options, but one that caught my eye was the energy battery, which is so perfectly named. Place in a crafting grid with other energy batteries to increase capacity. Well, that sounds cool. How do you build one of these, though? Well, apparently, you're going to need yourself some energized... What is this? I don't even know what that is. Energized mineral chunks, and then chunks of energized mineral, a bit of redstone. This is just a whole bunch of these. How do you get these? Where do you get these from? Well, you get them by getting a squeezer, putting some mineral wood in there, or you can get yourself a mechanical squeezer and do the same thing. Or look at this. You can just bonsai a mineral sapling. I feel like that's something I set up a couple episodes ago by accident. Well, not by accident. It was intentional. But I had no idea where it would lead to. Look at this little mineral sapling I just threw on here. Just thinking, oh, there's a type of sapling. This one, useful. We're getting fireproof wood. This one, look at all of the slimes we've got. This, though, I had no idea what the purpose would be. But now I see that we have so much crystallized mineral chunks. This is probably the best route to take for us because we already have what we need right here. Now, I'm not saying this is the best battery in the pack. I'm not saying this is the best option for you, especially if you don't have a mineral sapling inside of a hopping bonsai. But we do. We do have that. If you don't have that, you'll have to build yourself like a squeezer or I don't even know what goes into building a squeezer. It might be a hassle. Nah, it's not a hassle. What, a bit of tin? Some sturdy casing? You could build one of these pretty simply. A mechanical one? You could also, well, you'd need the energy battery to create the mechanical one. So that's a bit circular. You have to have one to have the other. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? The squeezer. The squeezer comes first. I don't know if you could use that one, though. It'd be nice. It didn't show up as an option. We're going to go with this battery because that is the easiest thing for us to build, and I'm quite lazy. That's how we're going to store RF. And once we have RF storage set up, we're going to start centralizing all of our RF. No longer will we have various spectre coils and magmatic generators lying around. And all of these generators, they're all going to be tied together, and then we'll distribute power throughout the... You know what? We need to tidy this place up. It's a bit of a wreck. This is sort of the only last remnant of the original starter area. You remember when it was just this sort of shape here, and then here, and then we were all boxed in? So long ago. Memories! Anyway, something else I discovered is this is quite effective. We're still doing pretty well up here. We've got some more ender pearls. Some people were saying that maybe the ender tether wouldn't work or didn't work the way I thought it did, or maybe it's bugged in certain packs. It certainly seems to be working here because we are finally getting endermen to die inside of here and drop ender pearls, which is useful. And inside of here, we've got an ender sack. Oh, it's just a portable ender chest. We've seen that before. That's not new. How are we doing here? This is slow. I have an idea to speed this up, but maybe that's not for this episode. Maybe that's for sort of a future episode. We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, the thing I wanted to show y'all, because I've brought this up before, is chunk loading. I know, you want me to go ahead. You want me to get on with it. You want me to build the battery. I'm going to build the battery. Don't worry about it. But first, I want to keep chunks loaded when we're not here so that things like the monster spawner keep working if I'm in a different dimension or something. So what I discovered is right over here, claimed chunks. The chunk that we're in, you can click it. We can claim these chunks all around us, right? And what happens is absolutely nothing. But then if we shift click them, chunk loaded. Oh. All of these chunks will now remain loaded so long as we have the game open. Now, in the past when I've talked about chunk loading, people have gotten a bit confused. No, this will not work when you turn the game off, because when the game is off, newsflash, it's not running anymore. It's not going to keep the chunks loaded if the game isn't on. If you're on a server, that's a different story. The server continues to run. Now, the one problem with this is that we can't actually see anything because we're underground. And because we're underground... Oh, do you have to select them? You have to select them and then shift-click them. Okay. Because we're underground, how do you unselect them? You right-click. Okay, so shift left-click. Left-click to claim. Shift left-click to load after you've claimed. And then just right-click to unclaim and unload. Or Can you shift right-click to unload? Oh my gosh, this is getting convoluted. Because we're underground, everything on the surface is, I guess, lava by the looks of it, so you can't really see what's going on down here. But just go to the chunk you want to load, see where you're standing on this map up here, and you can get that done with. Have I wasted enough time? Have I wasted everyone's time? I buried the lead is what I did. I started off the episode talking about a battery, and then I just went off on 1,000 different tangents, and now everyone's irritated with me. Let's go ahead and get this done with. I'm going to load all of these up into here, and we're going to create our very first, look at that, block of crystallized mineral. Let's create a bunch of those. I don't know how many we'll need, but we'll create maybe 27 of them was a mistake. Didn't mean to do that. Fortunately, they do break down to their smaller parts, which is good. I forgot that it would take all of them out of the storage. That was an accident. The final thing we're going to need for this, because we're already set to go, is going to be the redstone block in the middle. And I doubt we have any of those lying around. If we did, it would have automatically populated it. But there we go. Look, we've already built the battery. See, you were all getting irritated with me. You were all getting impatient. It's done. It took no time at all. There's the battery. We can't interact with it in any way, I've realized. Should I mention that I haven't really looked into this at all whatsoever, and I'm not totally sure how it works? Here's what I'm thinking, though. Let's get ourselves a pickaxe, because hopefully that's how you break this thing. And if it's not, Shrek me. It is. Yeah, that seems appropriate. And let's slap some sort of energy storage device on the back. So in this case, our creation, in this case, we got a specter coil. I just slap that on there. Is this thing going to fill up? It is, but look at the bottom of my screen. It's an absolute wreck. It's like 2 different numbers layered on top of each other. Fortunately, you can look on the side and just see that it is charging up. Now, I do want to increase the capacity of this. I liked the sound of that. So let's create some more redstone blocks. And in fact, let's clear the grid. We have 2 different options for that, by the way. We have an X button and we have a clear button. I don't know why we need that many. So we'll spread grid and we will get maybe 4 of those. I'm not saying we're going to build 4 batteries, mind you. I'm just saying that we might build 4 batteries. Let's at least create 1 more battery. And we will take this one. Okay, good. Nothing blew up. Nothing got lost there. And if we put the 2 of them together, we will get one that holds double the energy. Okay. Did it get rid of the stored energy, though? I think it got rid of the stored energy. Interesting. Auto supply disabled. We need to look up integrated dynamics and figure out how this works. We have a wrench from integrated dynamics. We have a labeler. Label your variables. Also works in the logic programmer. Oh no. Oh no. This is getting complicated. Mineral stone torches? Mineral regular torches? Oh my gosh, there's so many nifty things in this pack. Look at this stuff. What is this stuff? A writer? A reader? An audio reader? Is that going to read audiobooks to me? Outputs audio and music, outputs particles, writes entity configuration. What are these things? Logic cables? What do those do? Apparently, we have another mod called Integrated Tunnels, which adds things like player simulators and energy interfaces. Shift for info. Attach an energy holder to the network. An energy holder? Energy importer, energy exporter, export energy from the network, import energy into the network. Shrek me, what have we stumbled upon here with this mod? So all of these require that we have a battery and some crystallized mineral chunks. That'll give us our interface. And then the exporter here. Interesting. What? Is that what these logic cables are for? Is this for... we have stumbled across a very complex mod, and I did not expect this level of complexity. But let's dive in head first. Why not? I have no fear. Do we have any more of these? We need more crystallized mineral. We need more of these running. I might have to set up some more bonsais with just mineral saplings. We can create another energy battery. I'm going to store that inside of there. And then we are going to create some logic cables. 3 of them, 6 of them, 9 of them, 12 of them. 12 of them will do. And then I'm going to build an item importer, a energy importer. Imports energy into the network. Let's get an exporter, actually, if we can. Output variable transformer. Okay, now we're getting complex. Variable guard? All right, it's just that surrounding some paper, and that gives us 24 of them to use later. So that's a step in the right direction. We'll need a sticky piston. I don't even think we have a piston. We don't even have what we need to build a piston. We don't have any wood. It's weird that that's the thing that's standing in the way of progress. Blocks of wood. Okay, so the exporter is going to need a regular piston. And then we just build that thing that gives us 4 output variable transformers. Combine that with our energy interface, which did I not build one of? Was that in my imagination? Oh, I didn't actually build the darn thing. Well, now we've got 4 of them, so there you go. Put them together. What have you got? I'm singing a lot of Bippity Boppity Boo lately, and I'm very sorry for it. I'm sure folks are getting tired of it. So if I put down the energy battery here, right? And it does look like it has some energy in it. Okay, yeah, it does have some stored energy. I guess it didn't get rid of all of it. Put that back on there. It'll start charging up. Excellent. And then let's say I put some logic cables on there, and we have an energy exporter on the end. It looks like it's pointing that direction. Does that mean that's the direction it's going to export the energy to? What do we have? We've got here let's get the sag mill. We'll get our sag mill. We'll throw it down. Is it going to put energy into here? First off, we need to get rid of some energy, so we need to sag something. What if we have that we can sag? You know what? We have cobblestone. Can you sag cobblestone? Let's get a stack of cobblestone. We'll put it in there. All right, go ahead and sag that cobblestone. Sagging process has begun. It's consuming all of the power. And power is gone. It's not filling up anymore. So are we not exporting from the network? Maybe we're doing this wrong. And maybe this goes over here. So if we put the energy exporter there, and then we connect it up like so. Although it doesn't look like it wants to connect up at this end. But maybe that's because I had that thing there before. No, it does not seem interested at all in connecting up. Huh. Oh my gosh, this thing it's got an interface. Okay, I did not realize that. Let's switch it all around, because that doesn't look like it wants to go there, but it does want to go here. I want you to export energy. Channel. Variable card. Do you think we need a variable card? We have a lot of those. Where did they go? Let's get some variable cards out. And let's put a variable card here. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Hey! But what about this one? Channel? Channel. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what the properties... Channel, round robin, energy transfer rate, exact amount. It doesn't matter. What matters is we figured it out. From the battery, use logic cables, energy exporter. This thing is full of power now, and it's grinding away at the cobblestone, and I'm a happy camper! So theoretically, we could input power by using the energy importer, which is pretty much the same thing, except for instead of a regular piston, you need a sticky piston, which means we're going to need to make some pistons, and then we're going to need to make those said pistons sticky. And fortunately, we do have slime balls, and then you put them together with one of these energy interfaces. I didn't actually build this part, though. That's an important bit there. You gotta have one of those, and that'll give us the energy importer. So if instead of attaching this thing directly, we broke it, and then we did like a line of these, could you just put this directly on it? No, this needs to have some sort of device. Okay, so we'll put the importer there. You can't even put this thing on there. That's okay. What we can do is we can just get one of our many mini generators, like our survival generator. We'll plonk it down, and we'll put something in there. Like, do we have any coal? I know that we probably have coal. I keep looking around for chests, thinking that chests are... Oh, hold on. You know what? You know what we have a lot of? Sticks. Put some sticks in there. Perfect. So it'll start generating power, which will get stored in here until we do that. Yeah. And then this will go empty because it's moving the power into here. Okay. This is simple. It's working. What I like most about it is it requires this stuff, which we're just generating so much of over here passively. We might get rid of some of these other bonsais. Do we really need this much birch? I think not. Do we need this much spruce? Probably not. I was going to say let's just build a whole bunch more the bonsai pots, but we already got so many generating so much uselessness. This isn't useless. I appreciate the slime balls. So in addition to all of the crystallized mineral chunks we had lying around, I also wanted to try this just because I'd never used this mod before, and I thought it'd be fun to try something new. I'm a fan of trying new things, what can I say? So now the next step is to, I guess, remodel a little bit and make space for energy storage in a centralized location, which is sort of important. And then also, we'll need to start networking everything together so it's all moved into the refined storage network instead of having just a bunch of little chests everywhere. And I think one of the ways we can do that is if we take a moment, we'll get off of integrated whatchamacallits for a moment, and we switch over to refined storage. If I spelled it correctly, this would be so much easier. My fingers get way ahead of my brain sometimes when I start typing. It happens. We have to find, like, external storage? That's not what we want. That's useful, but not what we want. Perhaps importers to import items into the network? Or is it an exporter to export items from a chest into the network? Which one of these two do we want? I think it's the importer. I think we want one of these. And we're going to set that up over here so it automatically... Well, I don't know if we're going to set it up over here. We might move the bonsai trees back behind all of this so that we can have it all closer to where the actual... Well, I don't know, though, now that I think about it. I've also considered moving this wireless antenna somewhere closer to the center of here so we get kind of better overall... I'm going to have to completely remodel. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to start working on that. I'm going to start tearing everything down and moving everything around. And when we come back next episode, we'll discuss how to import items out of our bonsai pots directly into our refined storage network. And we're going to network together all of our energy, and it's going to be awesome. Until then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!